Good morning. My name is Ayo Yanga at My Immigration Solutions. So today I'm briefly going to be talking about how to increase your score, your CRS score for the express entry. I know it's been a bit challenging lately due to the fact that the score seems not to be going down, and unfortunately, I'm not sure if we're going to see any decrease anytime soon. So most of you might be looking into the provincial nominee program rather than the federal skill program. But let's talk about how to increase your score naturally, even for you to just get into the pool, because most of the provinces require you to be in the pool for you to be eligible for nomination by the provinces. So now how do we increase your score? So I will show you the tool whereby you can go into input your information into that system or that tool, then you can see what to expect. So that's going to help you to know what you really need to work on to increase your score. So the name of the tool is actually called the Comprehensive Ranking Tool. It's from IRCC, so that's the Canadian. It's produced by the Canadian Immigration. Um, let's see how that's going to work. So this is the tool in here, the comprehensive ranking system. I already preset some stuff in there already. So it's going to ask you, are you married? I'm assuming a lot of you are going to be married. Is your spouse a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident? No. Will your spouse come with you? I'm going to say no, but we'll manipulate it and you can see what I mean when I say I'm going to say no. So let's say no for now. I'm assuming you're 30 years old. What's your highest level of education? Have you had any Canadian degree? That will be no. Have you had Canadian degree or diploma? This is no. Sorry, your highest level of education. This one I'm going to put bachelor's for now. Yes. Official language. So every single person come to Canada, like you all know, must take the IELTS or the CELPIP if you're in Canada exam. So I'm going to assume your score in here. Let's assume that you're on an average of 6.5. Or yeah, let's just say between 6 and 7. You're reading, you have 6.5. You're writing, you have 6.5. Do you have other languages? Let's say no. Your work experience, most of you are going to have 3 or more or 4 years. So I'm going to say on the average, let's say 4 years work experience. Oh, sorry, this one is for Canada. So this one is asking you in Canada, do you have any work experience in Canada? So that's no. So for foreign work experience, I'll say you have 3 or more years in that one. Do you have a certificate or qualification from any Canadian province? No, because most of you will not on the average. Do you have a valid job offer? I'm laughing because this has been a lot of calls that I've been getting lately if I can get a call offer. So we'll say no. Do you have a nomination certificate by the province? We'll say no. Do you or your spouse have any have any brothers or sisters in Canada? So when we talk about brothers, we're really talking about close blood brothers for the federal scale. For most of the provinces, they're just looking for adaptability, but the federal scale itself, they're looking for blood relatives. So it's either biological brothers, step brothers, or adoption, or brothers by adoption, or sisters by adoption. So we'll say no. Now let's calculate your score on this one. So you see, you're getting on the average 349. 349. So that is, we are assuming all this. So now let's go back and manipulate it. So I will start with the spouse. So if your spouse is going to be coming with you, let's do it this way first. So you're married. Is your spouse is just no, it's not a residence. Will your spouse be coming? Let's say yes, which is where a lot of you get confused. So let's leave everything else. Let's just say yes. So it's going to ask us questions saying that, did your spouse take the exam? What is the highest level of education for your spouse? Let's assume your spouse also have a bachelor's degree. In the last 10 years, how many years skills does your spouse have? Let's say 3. Sorry, in Canada. So we'll say no because probably they don't have skills in Canada. Did your spouse take the exam? A lot of you, your spouse don't want to take the exam. So we'll say no. Now let's calculate the score. Now you see your score has actually dropped from 349 to 335. So that's where the challenge comes in. If your spouse is coming with you and they're not taking the exams, your point is going to drop. Now let's go back and manipulate it and say that your spouse actually took the exam. So your spouse takes the exam, yes, IELTS exam, let's say they have 6 on the average, just like you, 6, writing 6. Now let's calculate the score. Now it's 349 compared to when your spouse is not taking the 347 compared to when your spouses did not take the exam. So but now it's 347, although it's still just a couple of points below if you're coming by yourself and your spouse is not coming with you. Now let's manipulate it. Let's say your spouse is not coming with you, and so your spouse is not coming with you, and your spouse is not coming with you. Remember, you only had a 349, but now let's say, and you only had bachelor's at the time, but let's now see you went back to school because you want to increase your points. So yeah, I'm trying to find that education. There we go. So now, rather than going for a bachelor's degree, let's say you go back to school, you decide to take another program, 2 or more certificates. There you go. And let's do 2 or more certificate alone, and let's see what the difference is going to make in your point. So from 349, your point is gone to 369. So this is when I tell you guys, go take a diploma course or go take a certificate course, because that's definitely going to increase your points. Remember, we're only working with age 30 in here. So let's say, okay, now you've taken the diploma course, you have 2 or more certificates. Now let's increase your IELTS. This is doable. Go on 7. 7 won't get you much, but let's just say we're staying on 7.5. 7.5. Calculate your score. There you go. Now there you go. Now you have 399. 399. I know you're probably thinking this is still a bit low, but this is just for the express entry. So when you're inputting or you're writing your EOI, you're going to get more points based on all those things that we're manipulating. Now let's go for CLB 8, because a lot of you feel comfortable at CLB 7 because that's the minimum requirement, but you keep forgetting that the higher your score is, the better for you. Now let's go 7.5 on speaking. Let's go 8 on listening. Let's go 8 on reading. Let's go 7.58 on writing. Now let's see the magic happen. There you go. 466. So imagine just the little difference that it made from one increase in 1 point from 399 to 466. And now let's manipulate it one more time, because I keep telling you, try and take another language. So let's assume you say, what's it? It says, do you have another language? Do you have another language? So I'm going to say yes, we speak French. Right. Oh, sorry. I'm not sure why it's not letting me. Okay, so it's not letting me manipulate the French. I'm not sure why it's not letting me do that this morning. Yeah, it's not letting me. But yeah, if you do take another language, for example, and you're just able to get 4, something really low, you'll see the magic is going to work in here. It's actually going to increase from 460 something to about 470 or 480. So I'm going to put the link to this too for you, so that you can actually manipulate it around. And even if you go further, let's say, you decide to do your master's rather than take a diploma, everything else remains the same. So this is master's. Now let's see what's going to happen, because master's and a diploma is probably going to cost you 2 years, so why not, right? So we were at 466. Now with masters, what do we have? We have 473. So that's when I tell you, you use the tool manipulate it around and see what your scores is going to be. This is just one step, but when you have the two, you know what you can work on to be able to improve your score. You can always change the age and put in your real age and work with it. If you have to go back to school, go back to school before you know it, at a snap of a finger. And especially if you're taking an online program that you're supposed to go with for 2 years, if you're fast with the curriculum, you can actually finish in a year. I know some programs at Athabasca universities here in Canada that you can work at your own pace, right? So those are the things you can do. And I also know of open universities in Nigeria, which is actually recognized here in Canada. You can work at your own pace. Don't procrastinate. Don't procrastinate. I know a lot of you had called me 2 years ago. I have given you these suggestions. You didn't go with it. 2 years later, you're still in the same place, right? So I don't see things really changing much when it comes to immigration. If anything is going to change, most likely it's going to get tougher. So why not take advantage of what you have now, improve your score, and yeah, and you have the opportunity to be here in Canada as well. I hope this video is helpful. If you have any questions, send me an email, comment on the video. I usually respond as much as I can, and if I don't, just send me an email. If I don't get back on you on an email, is that I have answered the question before or I have a video to answer your question. You have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.